I've brought Des Moines out in the Airship Escort battles, and I am in a, looks like tier 8, 9, and 10 match here. We have a submarine, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 6 battleships, and an aircraft carrier on each side. We're on the Shards map. This is definitely not built for a cruiser like mine. I'm not an open water gunboat type of a cruiser. I am more of an island camper, and I like to get up next to an island and at least have one of my broadsides protected. But that is not what's in fate for me here. I will try to get out to that island out there at Echo 3, since our path is headed that way anyway, and try to make use of that a little bit before I am spotted, hopefully. Des Moines are many battleships' favorite targets. Well, maybe next to a Minotaur or one of those other ships that have lots of citadel, but Des Moines can be citadeled easily from the side and right through the nose if I'm straight in. So my best bet is to keep a slightly angled bow toward the battleships, and then I have a chance to bounce some of the shells. My stern is somewhat rounded, so that does bounce shells a little bit, but I only have one turret in the rear of the ship. I have 2 turrets in the front of the ship, and so that's where I am most effective, when I'm bow forward, camping on an island, and throwing HE at battleship superstructure, and preferably planted somewhere midway in the middle of things that I can use my radar effectively to spot DDs and maybe the submarine if he's on the surface, things like that. Well, we have a Massachusetts pushing up here, and then we have a Cleveland also pushing up here. Now, Clevelands are even thinner shelled than the Des Moines is. They're a tier 8 cruiser. They're the predecessor to the Worcester. The Worcester is a light cruiser that's the sister ship with the Des Moines, and I got citadels on her already, so one more hit, she's going down. There she is.
We've destroyed an
all right.
cruiser.
Light cruisers don't hold up too well under any kind of fire, but Des Moines, while being a heavy cruiser, its main thing is it's got heavier guns. But my armor really isn't that great either.
Torpedoes dead ahead. Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes direct front.
So right now, I'm making use of this island.
Torpedoes to port.
We have a couple of battleships in the green circle with our airship, so I'm okay over here for the time being. I'm going to try to stay here for a while. There, we got a fire on that Massachusetts, because as soon as I push out there, I will be in trouble. Now my RPF is showing that there is something off to the left of our Schlieffen and our North Carolina. So I'm pointing that out to my team. That's keeping us spotted. So as I come out here, I'm going to angle away from those battleships that we've been firing at and yeah, I was hoping that I would catch something in my radar, but they're smart enough to stay over 10K away, and I have 13 and a half detects, so that means that anything that's inside 13 kilometers but outside 10K is spotting me, but my radar won't pick them up. Alright, so I don't feel too uncomfortable turning my side a little bit to this Massachusetts. So I'm going to keep zigging and zagging a little bit here. Oh, we lost our North Carolina. Dang. Okay, so I'll keep slinging HE at this Massachusetts. Keep him on fire. For whatever reason, he's not really shooting at me yet. However, if I give him a juicy enough broadside, he won't be able to resist it. There. Okay. Good.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Now, I'm not completely out of danger here, but okay. So we have a lightning up there. Then the submarine is somewhere off to our right-hand side behind us. So the lightning has smoked up. He's trying to disengage. He's outside my radar range. So I might as well hold on to it. Nakhimov is coming in here. I have set my AA priority to the starboard side, since that's the direction he's coming from. Alright, Schlieffen and I both seem to have avoided the worst of his torps. For now. There is that Nakhimov too. He's coming in rather close. Be nice if we could put him out of our misery. Switching over to AP so that if I can hit a citadel, maybe I can do some real damage to him. Set fire on him, but he put that out right away. Now he's angled away from me, so I'm not getting that juicy broadside anymore. Alright, I think that lightning is right around this island right now. There he is. Alright, so let's see if we can mess with him a little bit here. He's had some free spotting on us for a long time.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Keeping an eye on anything shooting at me while I'm aiming at him and shooting. I don't want to take a broadside and maybe get dev struck. That would be a real bummer. I am running my detonation flags though, so that shouldn't happen since I actually haven't lost any health yet. That's incredible actually, considering my position in this. Okay, lightning got away, but we did some good damage to him. He's lost half of his HP. If I'm able to see him again, he will go down. Okay, there is a Kansas just on the other side of this island from us. And a Leon just about as close, so he's broadside. I'm going to give him the best shots I can. The Moines shells hit hard. Okay, I took some damage, but minimum. There, bounced most of those. See, with the right angle and with that round stern, it doesn't take as much damage as you might think it's going to. Okay, I'm still doing good damage to him. And now he is throwing HE at me. Okay, my AP isn't being as effective now that he's nose in to me, so probably be a good idea to switch back over. Oh, well, no. Let's get some shots away at this Kansas first. There we go. Now, I'm taking my chances here. I did take a rush shot. There's that lightning. Now, let's get shots on him.
Problem solved, sir.
Okay. Life could have been a whole lot worse than it was. Alright. Lightning, you're in trouble. You are way inside my radar range. I've got radar ready, I've got hydro ready. A couple of torps are going to hit me, but there we go.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Annoying little booger, wasn't he? Okay. Now our airship is almost to its final destination. I'm going to take a little bit of damage. We'll make that a lot of damage from that shot there, but they can't stop our wind now. They can't get into our cap, and we can't get to theirs. But we're going to win in 31 seconds, according to the clock. I think I can avoid all those torps. There, good. Alright, I don't think Napoli can do anything. Whew. Tell ya, these airship escort battles are pretty intense. That Nakama was just across the island.
The ship is on fire.
Well, let's look at those after battle stats. So I fired 184 shots, and I scored on about 91 of them. Had a lot of non-pins, quite a few ricochets. I did shoot down 31 aircraft though, and got the 3 kills, set 5 fires, got 2 citadels, and then even had some secondary hits. Not a regular thing for Des Moines. Ended up on top of the leaderboard with 2,349 base XP. Clay Bear was just below me at almost 2,000. I think he needs a comp. And let's take a look at our detailed report. So I had 184 total hits, although a lot of those were wasted. I fired a total, though, of 474. So I landed fewer than half. Granted, I was firing a lot at some of the DDs and firing at range, but still, like to be doing better than that. Okay, on the other hand, potential damage, I got over 600,000 potential damage. So they were throwing a lot of things at me. There were a lot of things coming out of that Nakamov especially that could have knocked me out, but didn't. Okay, I don't see anything else real interesting there. I was able to take down Massachusetts, the Lightning, and the Cleveland. Those were all important ones. Did significant damage to that Lion also while I was at it. A little bit to the Kansas, a little bit to the Nakamov. All right, let's take a look at my captain skills. So I've had this guy around for a long time. I just noticed he's grown a mustache. Didn't used to have one when I first started with him, but he's up to 21 points now. So I run Grease the Gears because Des Moines has a very slow turret traverse, and so this does help move those guns around. I run Gun Feeder so that I can, when I need to, change ammunition types quickly. I'm using the incoming fire alert. Um, it does help a little bit, but when you're an island camper, honestly, it doesn't help as much as it would if I were trying to do something in the open water. But I think it was just an extra 1 point that I didn't end up using on something else. Probably could have used it over here to help out some of my AA. I am running the consumables enhancements, so that gives me extra time on my hydro, my radar, and then I have Demolition Expert to help me light fires more often. Because I am going to get smacked around quite a bit, I do have Adrenaline Rush that helps reload time when I do run a little bit low on HP. I'm running Superintendent so that I have the extra heal, the extra radar, and the extra hydro. I use radiolocation to help find those DDs and such when my hydro and radar can't reach them. And then I have Concealment Expert just to cut down a little bit on how far away I'm spotted. All right, let's take a look at our module build out. So with Des Moines, I'm running main armaments mod 1 so my guns don't get knocked out so quickly. I have the surveillance radar modification 1, which I bought with coal, which gives me extra time with my radar. I'm running main battery modification 2 that gives me a little bit more speed to my main battery traverse, and it's still rather slow, but every bit helps. I'm running propulsion modification 1 to help me speed juke a little bit back and forth when I am camping in the island area. So it's not great, but it does help me stop a little quicker so I don't get my nose out there too far and back up quickly when I can when there's shells being fired at me. I'm also running steering gears mod 1 to help me a little bit with my rudder shift time so that when I am open water gunboating, then I can move around a little bit better. It's not real effective. I could probably go with concealment systems instead. In fact, I think I just might do that. Never hurts. Because I seem to be constantly spotted out there. And then I am running Gunfire Control Systems Mod 2 for the extra firing range. I could have gone for Main Battery Mod 3, which would have reloaded a little bit faster, but Des Moines has a good reload speed already, and I like the extra range. Makes her more useful. I do run the surveillance radar. My options are that or a fighter or spotting aircraft. Fighters are generally not that useful, and the radar with 10K, 46 seconds of use of the radar, that is one of Des Moines' main calling cards. I also run the Hydro instead of the DFAA. Defensive AA would have helped me against that aircraft carrier, but having that Hydro and being able to spot those torps is a valuable thing too. So that was a really good battle in Des Moines. I can't say they all go that way. She's got rather weak sides and can be citadeled through the nose by a lot of different ships. So a lot of times, if I can't find a good island and stay hidden, I end up getting knocked out early. But held on this time. It was a good fight.